Okay, so we have our weaving set up. We have our name and class, and we have it numbered like it was on the screen. Remember, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's random. It's 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, and goes around the plate, ends with 11 right here. So when we have that done, take our string. Yours will be white, but mine is green, just so you can see it a little bit better. Taped it onto the back of the plate. Everything so far is on the back of the plate. And then I put it through slot number 1. So it's now hanging in the front of the plate. Now I need to look for 2. It's not right next to it. It's actually way over here. So I'm gonna take the plate, I'm gonna mark it with my finger, flip it over and bring this down and put it through that little slot. So it's in slot number 2. Now it's on the back of the plate. Now I'm gonna go from 2 to 3. So I gotta find the 3. 3 is right here. So on the back of the plate, this is my big hint for you guys. On the back of the plate, the yarn never goes across the plate. It always goes right next door. So 3 is right next, so I put 2, 3. Now it's hanging in the front, which means 4 should be across. Yep, 4 is way over here. So I'm gonna mark it, take it across, and put it through 4. So we're on 4. Now 5, should it be over here? No, it never goes across the plate, the back of the plate, only the front of the plate. So it goes to 5. Put it through this little slot here, and then 6 should be right over here. 6. Now, to me, it's starting to look like cat whiskers, right? If you're doing cat whiskers, you're okay. So I'm on 6, 7's next door, and you just keep following your numbers. 6, 7, 8, 9 is next door, 10 should be across. Yep, there it is. 11, we have this side of the plate filled up. We have 2 more numbers across. And it's okay, sometimes there's a little triangle here. That is okay, it'll disappear later. 12, and then we have 13. So the front of the plate should look like this. The back of the plate should look like this. If you have any problems, come talk to me. Next step, we have this extra yarn. Now we need to take the very end and we're gonna go up from this 13 and then we're gonna try to go between the 1 and the 11. Sorry, I didn't have that screen. 1 and the 11. So we're gonna take this up, push it all the way through. I'm gonna put my fingers through here so I can reach, and you pull it through. Mine got caught a little bit. Keep pulling until it's tight. There we go. Okay, this is our warp. Our warp is completely set up. Now it's time for the weft. It's time for the over, under, over, under. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to start weaving. So I'm gonna go under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And when I get about halfway, I'm gonna pull to get rid of this loop. So I'm gonna keep pulling. It will also start to make that center circle. Now I'm gonna look and see. I have to remember the last time I went under something. So last time I went under was right here. So now I'm gonna have to go over, under, over, under. I know it was a little hard to tell the last time I did that, so we'll try that again. Okay, about halfway, pull, 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 pull. Okay. So last time I went under was this one. If I look and see how that's going under, and that's where it stops. Now it goes off here. That means I need to go over, under, and you keep going like that. We have ended our color. So wherever we end, we just tuck that tail underneath, and then you're gonna get a new piece of yarn. And this is where we're going to practice our tying. So you can see I ended right there. So this next one, the next warp is where I'm tying. So you're gonna take this yarn and you're gonna put it underneath. So we're gonna practice tying knots here. So you take this and you cross that. It's like you're tying your shoe, the beginning part of your shoe, where you take this and you go underneath and then you pull that end. I get my fingers to work, and you pull it tight. So that's the beginning of a shoe. And you do the exact same thing. You cross it, you take the tail, and you put it through the loop, and then you pull it tight. Then I usually do this in the middle and then I push it down to the end and tuck that tail under too. So then we need to figure out if we're gonna start over or under. So what we do is we look at the last time the yarn went through, and last time it went, do you see that? It's kind of hard to see. It went under. So this time we have to start over this warp. So I'm gonna take my end and go over, under, over, under, over, under, and I usually get about halfway, and then I pull, 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 pull. There we go. Then I got to figure out what to do next. Okay, I went under here last, so then I have to go over, under, and you keep going like that. When you run out of this color, you get another color, and you do the same thing where you tie a knot, and then just keep going. Have fun. Okay, you know you're done. There's a line on the plate. It's hard to see in the video. There's a line on the plate. When you get to that, you can stop. If you want to go further, you can, but this is where the minimum place you're going to stop. So we're not going to count colors or anything like that. There's just a place on the plate. When you get done, you have the option of adding beads and feathers. Beads and feathers will not improve your grade. They will not hurt your grade. It's just if you want to add them, if you like that idea. If you do want to add them, you're going to take any color you want, cut, and you can cut this to whatever size you would like. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to tie it onto the strings wherever you want. You can just do a couple of them, or you can do them all the way around. I want to hang a bead on one and a feather on one. If I just wanted it to have a feather down one string, you could tie it like this, but I want to tie it in half, and I'm going to tie a knot. So we're experts at knots now. So 1 time, 2 times, so it doesn't fall off. Then if I want to add a bead, let's do a bead first. You're just going to take the end and you're going to push it in, and you can add as many as you want. This would be the hard part. Getting it through is not easy. There we go. Whew, that took a while. And then you're going to tie a knot on the end. Again, if you want to fill this with beads, you sure can. You're the artist. You decide what you want to do. But I'm going to tie a little knot here. And one might not work. It might slide right off. I usually tie it at least twice. So cross it, make that little circle, go through the circle, pull tight, and then it should stay. That's one way to do it. There's other ways too. If you want to come up with your own way, that's fine. Now, the feather does not have a hole to go through. So this one, we're just going to, towards the end, just tie it around. It can't be on the very end, that will not work, but we're again going to tighten it. It's going to make the end kind of interesting, but I think it still looks good when they're round. So that was 1 time, that's not going to work. We need to do it twice to make sure it's a knot and it will stay. Okay, and there you go. So have fun.